Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Hello, good evening,
Good
children.
evening, ma'am.
Please turn on your videos, bache.
Ma'am, I'm just getting my book. 5 minutes, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Yukta.
Good evening, ma'am. This time the subjective test is on number system.
Yes, number system this time, subjective test.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Vita. Please turn on your videos, everyone. I'm sharing the screen. Good evening, Jitendra. So this is what we were doing yesterday, in yesterday's class, right? We had taken some questions from rationalization in number system. So let's practice some more questions of the number system. So now I'm giving you, please, let's do some construction also. Okay. We'll do some construction. For construction, you will have to write the steps also.
Ma'am, root 2, root 3 on a number line, like those type of
No,
construction.
not for those type of construction, you don't need to write. Okay. You don't need to write for those constructions.
Yes, ma'am.
But when you have some decimal point and all, then you write. Okay, now see, do one thing. Represent root over 3.5 on the number line. Do this. This is our today's class, right? So today's 16th, 24. Represent root over 3.5 on the number line. Then your next question will be represent root over 7 on the number line. Okay? Can you do this? Okay, children, start doing this. Hello, Rohit, Yukta, Rayan, Harshit, please start doing this. Represent root over 3.5 on the number line and represent root over 7 on the number line. Please do, you will be showing your notebook to me on the screen in front of the camera. Harshit, why do you get this screen when you keep your camera on? Just now, Varshit was having his class and he didn't have anything like this.
Ma'am, I will check.
Okay, were you able to do the homework questions, children? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Everyone could do all the homework questions? Any difficulty in that? Any difficulty in the homework questions? No one had difficulty in any of the homework questions?
Ma'am, I have one question, ma'am.
Okay, what is that?
Ma'am, the third question where root 11 minus root 7 by root 11 plus root 7 in is equals to a minus b root 77. That one can you explain?
Let me check. Let me just check. Okay. By the time you do this, I'm checking the question. Okay, do this. Seventh question you are saying, Sampath? Sampath, you're telling me
Yes.
seventh question?
Yes, ma'am.
Seventh question has 5 parts here. So which part are you talking about?
Ma'am, not seventh one, ma'am. Ma'am, 1 minute.
Sixth part, 5 into 8.
No, ma'am, not that one. Ma'am, it says find a minus b. That one, ma'am.
Find A minus B. So that is
Yes,
not seventh question, Rita.
it's third one, ma'am.
Third one.
Yes, ma'am. If a and b are
Okay, to
rational
find the
numbers.
value of A and B. Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll write the question here so that we can discuss. April, I'll give you all this one. A and B are rational numbers and root over 11 minus root over 7 upon root over 11 plus root over 7 is A minus B root over 77. Find the values of A and B. Okay. Find A and B. So this is the question. Okay. Okay, so it's a simple question, Sampath. We have done so many questions like this. It's just by rationalizing. Okay.
Ma'am, I completed till rationalizing and I simplified this side part and I got LHS as LHS I got a value is equal to A minus B. After that, I'm not able to solve.
Okay. So when I rationalize it, I take it like this. So this becomes 11 minus 7 and this becomes 11 minus root over 7, the whole square. Okay, like this. Others can also see better if anyone has a doubt in this, you can also see the working. Now I just
Okay.
open this whole square. This becomes 11 plus 7 minus 2ab, minus 2 into root over 11 into root over 7. So that becomes root over 77, this will become, and here I have 4. So this is 11 plus 7 is how much? 18. 18 minus 2 root over 77. Okay, by 4. So from here I can take out 2 common outside. So inside I am left with 9. Okay. 9 and yes, 9 and root over 77. So I have 4 here. When I cancel this, I just get 9 minus root over 77 by 2. So that means my value of A, if I have to compare now, compare 9 minus root over 77, if I compare this with the right hand side, which I am given in the question, that is A minus B root over 77. So A minus B root over 77. So this can be written as 9 by 2 minus root over 77 by 2. Okay, so that means this implies A is 9 by 2 and B is 1 by 2. Okay, Sampath?
Okay.
So where did you get stuck?
Ma'am, once can you go up? Ma'am, ma'am, I did a mistake, ma'am. Understood.
Yes, beta. Who's this?
Ma'am, I'm Sampath, ma'am. Understood my mistake.
Okay. So please do these construction questions first quickly so that we can take more questions.
Ma'am, can you once more explain how to find root numbers on number line?
Root, which number?
Ma'am, 3.5, I'm not getting the correct
Okay.
line. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I know what to do, but I'm not getting the correct root 3.5 on the line.
Okay. So see here, children, I'll explain you once again. Everyone, please pay attention. How to write root 3.5 on the number line. Okay. So see, what do you do? First, you have take your x to be 3.5. X means some line. Make a line of 3.5 length. Okay, from A to B, I'm making a line of length 3.5. Okay, then I take 1 centimeter, one more line. Okay, I just extend the line to 1 centimeter. So now this complete length will become from A to C now. It becomes 4.5. Is it, children? Hello? Hello, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
See, A to B is 3.5 and I extend the line to 1 more centimeter here, 1 unit further. So now complete length from A to C, it becomes now 4.5. Now
Yes,
my
ma'am.
next step is that I take the midpoint of A and C. Next step is midpoint of A and C, A to C. So just 4.5, what is the half of 4.5? Just take the midpoint of 4.5. So that's 2.25. Is it? It's this 2.25. Okay, so 2.25, I'll take the midpoint. Just measure with your scale 2.25, halfway between 4.5. So just by imagining, you keep your scale and you can measure it 2.25. Okay. Can you measure 2.25 on the scale? This point is the center point between 4 and 4.5. Okay, between 4 and 4.5, you have like this 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you will get your 4.25. You get it? Yes, children? So,
Yes.
so here you get your midpoint. From the midpoint, I take the name of this midpoint as O, okay? Now, keeping your center at O and taking radius OA, okay? Center as O and radius as OA, make a semicircle, okay? So you make a semicircle with your compass, okay? So like this, you make a semicircle. You will see that the semicircle will touch this point C, okay? Because O is the midpoint, no? So OA is the radius and similarly OC is also the radius, no? Okay? OA and OC are the radii. So this, you draw a semicircle like this, keeping the center needle at point O. Okay. Now after this step, your next step is to construct a perpendicular. You will make a perpendicular like this on B. Make a perpendicular. How do you make a perpendicular with your compass? So just make a small semicircle like this. And from here, open your compass a little. Cut an arc here with the same measurement of the compass. Keep the pointer here, cut another arc. And you get this point. Now join this point and extend it further. Extend it till it touches the semicircle. Okay? Are you understanding this? Make a perpendicular like this. Don't go on my line. My line has not gone straight. But when you are doing with pencil and scale, you get a straight line. Okay? Hello, understood this much part? Children, did you understand this much part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now with B as the center and BD as the radius. Now the next step is B as center. Okay, keep your compass needle at B and BD as radius. Okay, so open your compass from B to D with BD as radius. Mark an arc. Make a big arc like this, which cuts this horizontal axis, this x-axis, which is a horizontal axis at a point. So this point, we just name this point as point E. Okay, so this point is your root over 3.5 on the number line. Okay, and this distance is also root over 3.5. Are you getting? Yes, children, have you understood this? Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
have all understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this distance from B to D is your whatever distance that you want to measure. And how to show that on the number line is when you make a arc, wherever this arc cuts the horizontal axis, from B to E, that point is root over 3.5. Okay. So you can just keep this as, you can just take that B is equal to 0. From 0 to E is 3.5, root over 3.5. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now root over 7. Have all done? What about root over 7? And for this, please write the steps of construction also. Okay, I have not written the steps, but as I was saying, then you have to write the steps. Okay?
Ma'am, can you see my... Ma'am, could you see my paper?
Just a second. Yes, yes, Rohit.
Ma'am, is it right?
This is what?
Ma'am, root 7.
Root over 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What measurements have you taken on x-axis and y?
Ma'am, I took X as 6 and Y as 8.
How did you take x as 6? You took x as 6 centimeters.
No, ma'am. I mean, I took 7, ma'am. On the scale, I pointed 7. I took the midpoint of A and B, and I made the markings.
No, this is not correct, beta.
Okay, ma'am.
No, Rohit, this is not correct. I'll show you how to make root over 7. Okay. What about others? Are others able to make root over 7? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. How have you done that? Harshit, show me your work.
Ma'am, actually, I am doing it once.
Okay, do then first.
Okay, ma'am.
What about others? Rayan, is your work done? Root over 7 is done. Jitendra. And where are the girls? Yukta. Akshara is not coming these days.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, actually, can you write the steps of construction?
For which one?
Ma'am, for the seventh.
Root over 7?
Root over 7. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, see, in root over 7, what will you do is your spirals, square root spiral you will need. Okay. How can you get root over 7? Just imagine that first. To find root over 7 means you need to have your baseline also something and just a second and perpendicular. Okay. So children, look here. So what do you think will be your, see if I take root over 6 here, just a second, if I have one side as root over 6 and one side as 1, then only I can get my Pythagoras property like this. 6 plus 1 will give me 7 and root over 7. Is it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So what do you do first? You please first make root over 5 on the number line. Okay. Right? Please make root over 5 on the number line. I had shown you how to make root over 5 on the number line. So from 0, you take measurement 2 centimeters this side, 2 centimeters from 0 to A. Then take 1 unit, construct a perpendicular here, like this straight line perpendicular, like this with your compass of 1 unit. 1 unit means just take it for 1 centimeter. Okay. Now join. Now take 1 centimeter, just join this, okay? O to B. So now you have OA square plus AB square is equal to OB square, okay? So OA square is 2 square is 4 plus 1 square, which is 1 only. So that's how you get this as root over 5. So this is your AB, OB will be root over 5. You get it? OB as root over 5 now. Okay, now when you take another perpendicular over it, like this, you take another perpendicular of 1 centimeter over it, this another line that you get from O to, my line is not going straight. Okay, OAB, just take it as C. So this line when you get, this will be root over 6. Why 6? Because this will be root over 5. OC will be OB square plus BC square. Okay. So that will be OB square is now root over 5 square plus 1 square. So that is 5 plus 1 root over, that is root over 6. So your OC is root over 6. And now when to construct root over 7, you will take another perpendicular over it like this. Make a perpendicular with your compass of 1 centimeter length. Okay, join here like this. Like this. Here you get your minus 6. Okay, just try it once.
Ma'am, means in this question we don't have steps of construction.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, in which question do we need to write the steps of construction?
In every question you can write steps of construction. Here also you can write steps of construction. Okay, there is no restriction for writing steps of construction in this. But normally in these type of questions it is not asked. But for your decimal point numbers, no numbers like 3.5 you just had here. So they specially ask you to give the steps of construction. Okay, because that is made slightly different, that has some different steps of construction. They don't ask you for this because this has multiple steps of construction. Although the steps are the same everywhere. Okay, you keep on making perpendiculars over perpendiculars, right? And that's how when you carry on, no, like this, you get a square root spiral like this. Okay, like this, when you keep on doing. Have you done this activity in your school, square root spiral activity?
Ma'am, I got it as homework, but I did not understand what to do in it and how to approach the activity.
Okay. So see here, now your root over OD will be root over 7. How can you say this is root over 7? Because OD is what? O to C.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? O to C square plus C to D square. So O,
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
yes.
Ma'am, so first for this activity, we should start from root 2 and go till root 19, right?
From root 2 also you can start. But since I just started with root over 5. Okay?
Ma'am, and then we have to extend 1 centimeter and make all
Yes,
the
yes.
roots, right?
Yes. See why I took root over 5? Because I could take 2 here. What I have to take on the baseline, that number should be a perfect square number first, no?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
only I can take it, no? The
Yes,
next
ma'am.
perfect square number that I can take is, see, 2 square is 4. So next perfect square that I can take is only 3 centimeters because 3 square is 9. Okay. So if I had to construct root over 10, then I will take then I will take my baseline OA as 3 centimeters. Why?
Yes,
You can
ma'am.
see here. If I take my baseline OA as 3 centimeters here and I construct a perpendicular here of 1 centimeters and I get my this hypotenuse here like this, AOAB. So now I can say that my OB square is OA square plus 1 square, not 1 square, this is AB square. I can say it's like this, that will be 3 square plus 1 square, is it? So that becomes 9 plus 1, which is 10. And so my OB becomes root over 10. Can I say like this?
Ma'am, can you please list the steps of construction for the decimal roots?
Okay, I'll tell you. Did you understand this part?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So it's only when I have the perfect square numbers, no, then only I can take it on this line. Okay. As I initially took for 1, for 2, to make root over 2, you take this baseline as 1 centimeters. To make root over 5, you take the baseline as 2 centimeters. To make root 10, you take the baseline as 3 centimeters. Okay. Right? But in between numbers, what you are getting, that will come over it. So if you are asked to make root over 11, then don't start doing from root over 2, 3, root over 4, root over 5. Don't start doing like that. Okay? That time you just have to pick from root over 10. Okay? So make root over 10 first, then make a perpendicular on it, and then root over 11 you will get. Are you understanding? Are you understanding
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
children? So
Yeah,
don't
ma'am.
start making from root over 2, root over 3, root over 5. फिर तो आप ऐसा करते ही जाओगे, करते ही जाओगे. Okay, if you start from root over 2, root over 3, 4, 5, 6, कब जाके
Ma'am,
12 आएगा?
ma'am, we can
Yes.
also start from root over 5, right? Should we?
Fine. You have to see if your number is root over 6, it should be greater than root over 5, no?
Mhm.
If it is root over 6, root over 7, then only you can do, no? You cannot
Ma'am,
take
ma'am, we don't need to write the steps of construction for the activity, right?
which activity.
Ma'am, this one, the spiral activity for all the roots.
You're asking for your school purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
See, for that, you don't need to write actually, but it's better if you write. You
Okay,
write
ma'am.
it. If you're doing it for the school activity, no, it's better you write.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
in the tester, do we need to write steps of construction?
In test, if you get such activity, then you have to, not for this, but for the decimal points. Okay, root over decimal number.
Ma'am, can you write the steps?
And they'll tell you the steps. Okay, just a second. So your first step was to construct a line of, just a second. I'm giving you with the proper. So, your first step was to construct a line of, just a second. I'm giving you with the proper. Okay, first write, construct a line of 3.1, what was that? 3.5. Just a second, I'm writing here. Wait, don't write anything. The class time is over now. Quickly, you must write. Okay? So your step 1 is draw AB, A to C. Okay, draw A to C as 3.1, 3.5 plus 1, which is 4.5 centimeter line. Okay. Don't just directly write make a 4.5 centimeter line, but please write 3.5 plus 1. Okay, because we need that B point in between. From there only we extend the perpendicular, no? Okay, draw AC as this. Then next step is take midpoint of AC. Take midpoint of AC. Okay, now midpoint of AC as O. Okay, we just name the midpoint of AC as O. Okay, with AC with OA as radius, with OA as radius and O as center, draw a semicircle. Draw a semicircle. Okay, after making the semicircle, our next step was draw BD perpendicular on AC. You understand this symbol? This is for perpendicular. Draw BD perpendicular AC to meet semicircle at D. To meet semicircle at D. Okay, are you understanding? So you made the perpendicular from B to D so that it is touching the semicircle at point D. Now that point, now B to D, that distance is your root over 3.5. Okay. And how do you take it on the number line now? From with, now you can write here with B as center, with B as center and BD radius, mark an arc, that cuts the horizontal axis. Horizontal axis is your baseline on which you are working. Okay, the line AC, when you extend it, the extended line AC. Okay, यहाँ पे आपको A and C line थी ना? Okay, this was the line A to C. So when you extend it further like this. So this extended line. So this I am calling as horizontal axis. That cuts the horizontal axis at point E. Okay. Now B to E is equal to root over 3.5 on the number line. Okay. This is a point on the number line. So why I'm calling this is a point on the number line? Because if you take B as 0.0, Okay, number line कैसे होती है हमारी? ऐसे होती है ना, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3,
Yes,
4.
ma'am.
So if you take 0 here and wherever your meeting point, wherever you get your point E, that point, that distance is now root over 3.5. Okay? Okay, children?
Yeah, ma'am.
So please note down these steps.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay, done, written? Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
this much for today. Please practice.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And in case if you have any doubts and all, you can give it on the WhatsApp. You can ask your doubts on the WhatsApp. Okay, you will get your solution. Someone gets your solutions, no, Sampath? Yes, Sampath? Sampath is not here. Okay, children, thank you for today.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.